Hello friends, this is Joseph again here. Just wanted to come forth and bring you a little different form of education and knowledge today. I promised I'd put up a video on the herb called Manjistha Powder, that is. But let me just give you a little background in my own personal stories to get an idea of like who's this guy to talk about herbs and herbal powders and nutrition. A long time ago when I was a kid, I had some testosterone imbalances and there's things that I went through in my life that I need to regulate, my test levels, hormones, and, I decided to discover things throughout life about plant-based nutrition. I had re-engineered my endocrine system by taking certain nutrients based on plants and herbs, and what I did was, I was able to redirect the energy inside my endocrine system, because at one point, my estrogen levels were spiking, test levels were dropping, I had no energy. So it led me to want to become more familiar with plant life and nature, knowing that our cells are made up of energy, electrons, electronic charges, discharges, all forms of charge, but at the same time, we're walking batteries of life. So there's certain things that I've discovered that I want to share with you. And I was actually speaking to a friend not too long ago, and he was talking about a family member having a condition that wasn't so positive on a relative's lymphatic system. So I wanted to introduce to you what I have here. It's called Manjistha Powder. Now, I just put them in these 8-ounce mason jars, but it's a red powder, a little dark red powder that you can take. Now, what does Manjistha Powder do? What it does is it actually helps you with your lymphatic system and your blood system, aka known as your circulatory system. So what that's good for is, in the Ayurvedic system, and I'm a big believer in Ayurvedic nutrition and, how all these herbs integrate with our molecular compound structures in our body in order to regulate, certain the blood cells, how your arteries, your veins, how all that connects to help your heart. Your lymphatic system is very important, how it controls your lymph nodes. Your lymph nodes really go down and help break down food particles in your digestive tract, and ultimately it leads to your gut system. And your blood system, of course, without having proper blood flow and the right nutrients going through your circulatory system, we tend to get a lot of sickness and disease from that. Lethargicness, tiredness, diabetes, heart problems. There's a lot of other symptoms that fall into the category of not having a healthy blood system. And the reason is because a lot of us just aren't trained and educated on some of these herbs that ultimately help us in doing so. And these are all things that you could agree, I'm sure, is that we're not taught in high school, college, or even as kids, because it's not even known here in certain regions of the United States. And Manjistha Powder is found in the Himalayas, the western aspect of the Himalayas. And the awesome part about this is doing some research is that these leaves are actually one of the only leaves that grow on a tree are in the shape of a heart, and they're red leaves with a tint of green in the middle. And it's really awesome. I find it very intriguing on what this powder does. And to take just a little bit, it's actually a very powerful herb. So it's not something you could just take and abuse, because there's two forms of herbs. You have tonified herbs and non-tonified herbs. And if you mix the wrong tonifications, it can be detrimental to your organs. So you have to be careful. So I highly suggest you definitely do your own research. But with that being said, the Manjistha Powder helps regulate the blood inside, again, your circulatory, helps clean out your lymphatic system, so that your lymphatic system that's linked up also to your immune system, helps the nutrients carry the right areas in your bloodstream, to filter out any toxins inside your cells or in your heart. Also, this is great for your liver and your kidneys. It's an immense detoxifier from toxins, nanotoxins, things that would help regulate, the internal behavior of the cell structure. We have 11 systems in the human body, and this really helps with those two main systems. But what can I say is that, this stuff here, I usually take it at night, before I go to sleep. It's not something that makes you hyperactive. So, it's a good balancer out. It helps, regulate moods. It also helps not just clean out your blood system, but it keeps it's like taking a power washer and putting it into your veins and just cleaning it out and hosing out all the junk and all the plaque and just, again, cleansing yourself so you feel good. You feel, when you're cleansed, you have more pure natural energy. So this Manjistha powder, I just want to recommend to you. It's definitely a great source, and just think of it when it grows on a tree, it's like a vine. And what does a vine do? It grows sporadically, right, in different directions. It has no course of direction. It just grows. And this is what it does inside your blood system, is that it syndicates sporadically, and it helps break down, different forms of, the plaque aspects by going into the cells and help removing that plaque. It also helps you in the sense where if you're anemic or things like that, where, you're going to feel just much more better about yourself after having a nice hot cup of tea. So what I would do was, in this portable kettle that I have here, I already heated it up. I'm going to put a little bit here in this fresh, shiny white cup. Put a little bit in that. What I do is we're going to open this up here. What I do is I have half a teaspoon of a measurement device. I'm just going to scoop a little of this up here. Just put half a teaspoon. All this is still nice and hot. We're going to sprinkle that in. Right? Put that to the side. I'm going to take this white little spoon. You stir it. You always want to drink it hot. The way this stuff really works in your body is that it's approximately 442 degrees Fahrenheit. Is when you, of course, you want to burn your tongue off, but your body, when it starts to activate the nutrients inside, another cool trick that you can do is that you can actually take with certain teas, take a little saucer plate, put it on the top. What that does is, I'll just raise this up for you. What that does is it holds and traps the enzymes and the antioxidants, and what that helps keep it inside. So right when it's actually developing itself, or it's marination, then it's a little nice and hot. Some teas you could actually breathe it in. This is not one of those teas you need to breathe in. It's going to help with your lungs. But there are certain teas that you can do that with. So I just want to show you that as a little tip. But after it's stirred nice and hot, and take a little sip. I will say it does have a little bit of a harsh taste. It's not disgusting where you want to throw up or spit it out, but it's a little pungent. And this also helps, with your different with the different systems, with your Pitta and Kapha, which is also by your Veda, that helps govern all the systems in your body, and regulates the blood flow to go to those organs properly and the cell structures that need immediate attention. So if there's any more information that you would like, feel free to if you're on Facebook, shoot me a private message. I have articles, I have different videos that you can learn from that'll help further your education, so you can get more knowledge on what Manjistha Powder can do for you, friends and family members that may be having trouble with their lymphatic system, circulatory system, and just something to help balance you out. But again, you got to be careful. You don't want to overdo it. You don't want to start taking junk food, eating processed sugars and foods, and thinking, I'm taking this herbal powder drink and it's going to help me and I can get away with doing other things. Because if you start mixing too much bad with the good, again, it could have negative side effects in your body, and I wouldn't want that to happen. So definitely, do your research, check it out. If you like something, like to order some Manjistha Powder for you or someone that that may be in need of a certain form of health in their lymph nodes, give me a call and reach out. You can check me out at 631-494-4421, or feel free to email me at mercadoj@outlook.com, and I'll be happy to answer any of your questions. Or if you're watching this video on YouTube, feel free to leave a comment, and I'll be happy to send you some articles, being able to educate you more on this plant powder and the herb itself. So thank you so much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. I really appreciate your time and attention, and I'll see you in the next video. All right, take care, God bless, and much love to you all. Bye-bye now.